Hey guys, my name is Kevin. Welcome to Holy Perspective, where we try to take a biblical approach to day trading and day trading futures, and also we help with building confidence and decision making. Basically, this channel is all about taking more actionable steps towards your future and your God-given purpose. I made this video about a week ago, but it turned out that the audio wasn't so great, so I thought I'd remake it. Hopefully the quality is a little bit better with this lavalier microphone. But today I want to talk about why you should consider day trading. I think it's a great avenue for financial freedom if the Lord leads you in that way. I've been doing it for 7 months, and for the past 3-4 months I've been able to consistently withdraw profits. I would say December was about a $9,000 month for me. January is about an $8,000 month, and I'm currently working on scaling and growing more funded accounts. I only trade futures. I trade the Nasdaq index, the S&P 500, and gold at the moment. And I only trade prop firms, so I don't risk my own capital. I risk simulated capital and other people's capital, and I feel like that's a lot more, it allows me to be more emotionally stable, let's just say that. So anyway, let's get right into it. Why should you consider day trading in 2026? Well, for one, the simplicity and the flexibility. You can day trade from home. You can day trade from your mobile device, from your iPhone, your Android device. You can day trade from a tablet. You can do it from anywhere. You can do it from a school bus. You can do it at work. There's just so much flexibility with it. And the fact that you're also not locked into a specific time frame. If you're trading if you're day trading futures, there's 23 hours in a day that you can trade, right? You have the Asia session, which I consider it opens at 6. Some people might say around 8 p.m., but from 6 till like 2 in the morning, it's Asia. From 2 to 6 a.m., London session. And then from 6 to like 9:30 in the morning, you have the pre-market session. And then from 9:30 till 5 is the normal New York open session. So even if you work a night shift or you work a 9 to 5, you can find a session that works for you and trade it. And I think that's wonderful. You can take as many trades as you want. You can take 1 trade, you can take 20 trades, you can take 5 trades. I will say with day trading, you'll learn this with time. If you do it, less is more. So I've gotten to a point where I want to take 1 trade and I'm out. And most days I'm looking to take a trade between 9:50 in the morning and 10:10 in the morning. Why? Because I like the volume during that time, and I like the just the concept of power of 3 that's behind the silver bullet, 10 a.m. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. But the point being is that you can master a specific hour or slot throughout the day, learn how price move during that time, and just trade that. The other thing is that there's a very low barrier to entry with prop firms, and I think it's one of the best vehicles through which you can learn. Now, why is it a low barrier to entry? Well, you don't need thousands of dollars. You can start with as little as $80, right? In my funded futures, you can get a core account for about 77 bucks, if that's still the price at this time. Last time I checked, it was. An $80 account, let's say it was 100, and a $100 account can yield you around 1,500 bucks, 1,300 bucks seems to be the standard. With lucid trading, a $87 account can yield you $2,000. That's more than 10x, that's more than 15x your initial investment. It's honestly, it's insane. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need to risk your own capital. You don't need to take tons of trades to learn. And the beautiful thing is that these prop firms, they already have rules in place to make you a better trader. Consistency, right? So you're taking trades that are sized relatively the same every day. Daily loss limit. So if you lose a certain amount of money per day, you're liquidated. You're locked out of your account, which is good. If you're trading your real capital, you don't want to lose $10,000 in a day. You should have daily loss limits. What other rules do they have? Scaling rules, right? So as you're making more money, you're allowed to trade more contracts, right? It's almost like rewarding yourself. Same thing with real life capital. The more you grow your account, the more you can size in, obviously with a little bit of discretion. So all of these things, max drawdown, right? Like how much you're allowed to lose total on your account before it's blown. These rules force you to be disciplined. These rules force you to just take on habits of good risk management. And really, these rules will help you to control your emotions. I'm not gonna lie, at the beginning, it may be tough. It may suck to be in drawdown. It may suck to be in negative consistency and bring your account back, but this is what's gonna make you a better trader overall. The next thing I'll say, which I kind of touched upon, is the ROI, the leverage, the scalability, right? It's very hard to find another business that can yield you so much return in such little time. And what I mean by that is, in order to make 10x, 15x your initial investment, you'd have to like trade crypto in the early 2020s when it's booming, right? Or you had to have had bought GameStop in 2020, or you want to find these I forget, pump and dump stocks, right? The small cap stocks that are advertised, that are newsletters are sent out, and all of a sudden you take a short at the peak and then you make 10x your initial investment. Point being that it's very hard to find any business out there that will yield you this much return. Is it easy? No. Passing your first evaluation or challenge account may be one of the most mental taxing things you ever do, right? But once you pass that first one, the second one, the third one, it just gets easier. And I've gotten to the point where I have anywhere between a 40 to 43% pass rate on my evals. Maybe a little bit more lately, but last time I checked, that's where it was at, because I keep track. There's so much leverage with futures specifically, because you're dealing with contracts. So, for example, in Nasdaq, one contract a 1 point move on a single contract of NQ will yield you $20, right? If you size in and do 2 contracts, that will be $40. 3 contracts, $60, so on and so forth. So you can see you can double your size or scale your position to make a lot more money without necessarily having to invest a lot more. Obviously, with more leverage comes more risk, because you can also take that big of a loss. But it's very nice to have the ability to leverage and size in on trades that you're confident in, so that you can yield bigger returns. And then the last thing I'll say in regards to scalability is just the ability to copy trade, right? Most prop firms, they will allow you to hold up to 5 accounts with their firm. So let's say you have 5 50K accounts with a firm, which can yield you a $1,500 payout, right? Which is pretty much the standard. Now, if you have 5 of those accounts and you copy trade them, you could potentially be getting a $7,500 payout within 5 winning days. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like a good payday to me, you know, and the fact that you can get multiple payouts in a month, you know, the sky's the limit with how much you can get out of this business. So these are just some of the reasons why I think day trading is a great scripture. Now, one last thing I'll say is that, to be quite frank, it is very stressful. It is emotionally taxing. You can't deal with being down money, or if you can't deal with being in drawdown, then probably this is not for you, right? If you can't walk away from a loss or from a day where you do everything perfectly, you wait for your confirmations, you take a trade and it goes against you, and you feel like you did everything right, but somehow you end up losing. If you can't walk away from that without going on tilt and trying to make your money back, then really you might have a hard time, because losing is part of this game, right? It's kind of counterintuitive. It's one of the few professions that you can work and lose money, and so that it kind of takes a mental shift where you have to get away from the idea that making progress every day or making money every day means that you are doing well, right, in this business. Losing, blowing funded accounts is a requirement for you to grow in this business. There's no trader that doesn't have a losing day, losing week, losing month. So that's just something to consider, because I think a lot of traders, when they start out, they think that they could be the exception to this rule and just have winning days, winning years nonstop. And that's just not the reality. I had some really rough months. And then the last thing I'll close out with, I'll read some scriptures out of Matthew 6, verses 19 through 21 and verse 24. It says the following: "Do not lay up for yourselves treasure on earth, where moths and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moths nor rust destroys, where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. No one can serve two masters, for either you will hate one or love the other. You will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money." And the key thing I want to draw from this verse is, where your heart is, there is your treasure, right? The thing that you adore most, the thing that you think about the most, the thing that you place the most amount of attention, that is your treasure. And as Christian men, this is a faith-based channel. We want to be careful stepping into this space to not make money our priority, but to keep God at the center. And it says it very clearly: you can't serve money and you can't serve God at the same time. You'll be devoted to one, but not both. And so consider that, if you're somebody that you struggle with gambling, or you have some sort of addiction to money and buying yourself things, maybe this is not for you. But if you're someone that's looking for something that can provide financial freedom, the ability to give back to your family, to your ministry, the ability to pay for somebody's rent, to pay for your friend's meal, or whatever, just to bless people, consider this profession, because I think it's a great avenue. And so I can speak for myself, the Lord's really blessed me through day trading to the point where I can contribute to church plants. I've been doing it for a couple months now. I can help my parents out and pay for their health related things, and just take them out to dinner and that sort of thing. So it feels really good to be able to give back. And I think that everything that God blesses us with, whatever gift, whatever financial blessing, it is to give to others. So yeah, I hope this video helps you guys. If you're interested in growing as part of a community, which I think it's so important to have in this space, feel free to join the Discord. I'm going to be leaving in the description of this video and also on a pinned comment below. Thanks for connecting. Stay holy. I'll catch you next time. Peace.